Let's just get out of the way. Returnal is a masterpiece. It's just a shame that many know about this game, as it did not promote itself as it should. I'll try to do my diligence when it's due and will include only subtle spoilers to a game. I think I'm a missing gaming father figure in my life who can guide me through the great games that is worth playing. But being a fortunately or unfortunately experienced gamer, I sort of hit stagnation periods, with there's so many AAA games coming out without delivering on any new ideas. Falling flat with identity that I almost lost the hope and almost called quits for good. However, I indulged myself to Returnal, and I knew it was a hardcore game with a being skeptical about my commitment, as usually does not pay out in the end. But oh boy, how wrong I was. Let's just start by the simple fact that the game looks gorgeous, with so many areas beaming with its own discerning surroundings and artistic elements that I have not experienced in a long time. Simple fact, transition between areas are seamless. You arrive at a new place and just stunned, mesmerized by its own beauty. You just filled with your guts some visceral vision that it is possible. Each pixel detail of flora breathed with its own digital life. I spent more time than usual just taking screenshots, and each of them looks like a piece of art. Don't believe me? Just check this out. Secondly, if we are talking about mechanical spectrum, sound design is second to none. Highly recommend to play this game in headphones. Each location has its own unique ambient sound. You're so much engaged that the whole experience feels surreal. Here comes my first subtle spoiler. Organ instrument is simply epic. Drawing the line that it has sub-story and meaning behind it, that whole hearing orgasm so much worth it. Worth to mention background soundtrack is so distinctive, specifically some note that it compares to some songs. If you hear them once, you just know them, and none other. Definitely gave me goosebumps and chills on so many occasions, combined with visuals, breathtaking. At this point, you might think I'm overhyping it. Far from that. Ironically, even though a game graphically and phonically top-notch, those parameters are not what makes it one of great. Let's talk about story without trying to spoil it. Just make it clear, it is mature and indulging, full of mystery and questions you will have to answer yourself or with the help of YouTube. It's one of those that will linger for a while after completion. Not easy to be a human being as well as fighting our own demons on a daily basis. Wait a minute. It feels to be described perfectly watchable blockbuster movie. If I may, and I just might to compare it to any movie, it definitely gives me vibes of Aliens 2. You just have all the recipes for comparison. I'm pretty positive those cocoons were inspiration behind some elements of the game, but what actually makes it such a formidable game? Now I'll try to make crystal clear what aspects of the game differentiate them from great to masterpiece, one step at a time. So, game mechanics, one of the smoothest I ever played in a long time. The way you move feels like dancing between disco balls, and I presume we all love dancing, either on our own or more skillful ones in a crowd. Each enemy encounter filled with danger and begs you to be prepared as a hostile AI keeps you on your toes. You step in the shoes of main protagonists with so much motivation to find out what's behind next corner. Curiosity never stops. Don't get me wrong, the game is unforgiving and will punish you for misstep by sending back to the beginning. There is a rogue element for you, so you're left with no choice but to get good at it, and in order to do it you have to learn many aspects. But it feels like so much rewarding when you actually succeed or just get to the next section well prepared. Positively addictive feeling. Sensational feeling of discovery and general exploring is almost Souls-like, where you don't know what to expect behind next corner. All done in a cohesive manner with a great pacing which never falls out of place. It's like sponging on a great book with a superpower reading between the lines. Questions you might have before on your run will be answered sometimes in the future, I can promise you that. And it's like emancipation. Absolutely incredible. Many decisions takes time to consider as there is a constant feeling of risk versus reward. And that is, my friends, what modern games are missing nowadays. Meaningful exploration. I'm looking at you, Ubisoft. Sense of discovery and magnetic curiosity. Something you step upon for the very first time, like polar sobriety, first snow on your first crash that gives you butterflies. The game almost have the same effect. Also, small detail, I love when game does not give you a difficulty option, as my gamer ego always strives to achieve maximum and goes for hardcore and flames afterwards. I think I kept most of the spoilers out of my journal. I don't want to call it review, as it's just my humble thoughts on the game. There's so many things I can get into details, and Returnal has dozens of them, but I really want you to discover them yourself, if you have not done it yet already. Simply want to give a huge credit to the Housemarque studio behind the game. Like in any form of art, you just know when the artist cares about their creation, and therefore right, not a penny. Can't wait for the next project, hopefully Returnal soon. I do apologize upfront for being possibly all over the place. I just have a hope to reach people who still have not discovered the game. All in all, Returnal feels almost poetic, and it's such a shame. All those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. Shout out to my laziness for simply leaving me alone. Please consider to subscribe if you like the video. Have a nice life, strangers.